What you're mostly doing on Amazon is you're just making your product look like the choice to make. On off of Amazon, you're actually creating the demand, right? People aren't necessarily typing on Facebook the name of your product or not doing that. They're right. So it's like, how do you get and pull all the billions of people off of that platform or a different platform that are your exact customer fit? And that's where the Tripwire comes in.
So tell me more, because you and I have talked about subscriptions in the past and why they're so important as a business model, because you've got recurring revenue, okay, that's going to be coming in through those subscriptions. You also have the opportunity too, where even if they're not on subscription, maybe it's reoccurring revenue where they're going to just come back and buy it when they need it, right?
Yeah.
So it's not a one-time, you buy this product and you'll never need it ever again type of thing, right? So walk me through the different like subscription type companies that you've been a part of in the past, and why did you decide to settle on this energy bar, and give me the pros and cons of different like business models that you've seen over the past decades of your experience in e-commerce.
So the type of subscription model I like are ones where they're getting something at least once a month, or the product lends itself to being consumed soon enough that they would need a refill, or they would need to restock on a monthly basis. It doesn't mean everybody will. It just, your product can fit that, but that's not every product. I mean, like water filters is another example of something that you would need to buy again, or toothpaste, or toilet paper, or any number of different consumable products, right? All lend themselves to a, like what you said, Josh, a recurring type of a purchase, right? Something that wears out. Batteries, I mean, anything like that. So those models are fantastic. I mean, there's absolutely nothing wrong with any of them. It's just, now that I've done this for my career, I'm choosing what I believe to be the least resistance path. And so this energy bar product meets all those characteristics. It's on a trend line that's of things that are going up. And it looks like it's going to continue for a long time. It has at least that monthly recurring feature. And you mentioned competition. Yes, there's a lot of energy bar competition, but there's no overseas competition. I'm not dealing with any of that stuff. And so I in this probably final brand for me in my career, I just didn't want to deal with overseas foreign competitors that can break into this market. And that was something I was looking for. Again, doesn't mean that you can't do this with those products. In fact, you probably should be doing doing tripwires and things with those products, because the foreign competitors won't be doing this for sure. I don't know if that answers your question, but
for sure. Okay. So then what's your Amazon play here? Well, and maybe even before we get to Amazon, talk to me about so we've got this Tripwire funnel. Where are you running ads? Like, how are you getting traffic to this
really
funnel?
Good question. Yeah. So we start with Meta, so Facebook and Instagram, because it's such a huge audience, and the algorithm that Facebook has created for advertising has just gotten better and better and better and better over the years. I mean, a lot of people were confused or are frustrated when some of the targeting features got removed or less effective, but their algorithm has gotten so much better that it doesn't take long for the conversion pixels that you get with a Facebook ad campaign or an Instagram ad campaign to start training the algorithm so that your ads get seen more and more and more and more and more by people that are likely to take you up on the conversion metric. So we have a conversion metric, obviously, on the take rate on the free Tripwire. We have a conversion pixel on the take rate for the people that upsell. And then we have a conversion rate on something that I haven't mentioned yet, which is what we call profit maximizer. So if people that either take or don't take the upsell, we actually make another offer to recover profit as well. And so we can then optimize, and Facebook is automatically optimizing those campaigns based on those conversion pixels firing. And on the back end, when we retarget them on Facebook and Instagram, those conversion pixels also fire. So we know, okay, someone that didn't take the Tripwire, they just gave us their shipping information and their name and their email. During follow-up emails and text messages when they buy, that also gets rolled up into the conversion data. And one thing I did not mention, and another reason we like using Facebook and Instagram initially, is a lot of people will not buy the Tripwire. They'll come to your landing page. They'll see the free thing. We use this is an important strategy, is we use a 2-part order form. The only part of the order form they see on that landing page is it says, where do you want us to ship your free fill in the blank? Your free, in this case, energy bars. And they put their name, email, phone, and full shipping data. And they hit send me the button literally says, send my free bars. And they hit that button, but that's part 1 of a 2-part form. Once they hit that button, they get to the next part of the form, which is their credit card, expiration date, CVV, and send my free bars, right? That's all it is on the second part of the form. And about 50 to 60% will do that part, but the other 50% won't. But you have all their data. So you use all that as you're building your list. This is the list building part. And then you take that list and you keep uploading it into Facebook to create lookalike audiences and direct targeted audiences to retarget all those people on Facebook. And you email them and SMS text message them until the cows come home, because you have nothing else to lose. Just keep marketing them with your offer. And so all that data you keep feeding into the machine, and the algorithm gets better and better and better and better and better. So you don't have to really worry about targeting. Targeting will happen for you in several weeks by running these campaigns. And the budgets that we start with aren't that big. I mean, we'll start with $100, maybe $200 a day, as we optimize these funnels. So it's not like like I said, you don't need a bank full of cash to start this. I don't know anybody that launches products on Amazon for less than $10,000 pay-per-click budget in the first month.
Yeah,
you can actually do this for that or less on a Tripwire funnel.
Here are the 3 actionable takeaways that I noted. You let me know if I'm missing something here. I think action item number 1 is get focused on demand generation for your products off of Amazon. I think that is the number 1 priority for any Amazon brand owner, or even just e-commerce as a whole, but especially if you're an Amazon brand owner right now. I will tell you this much. If you want to make your life easier on Amazon, you want to start dominating your category, maybe you've lost some ranking from some competitors, you've had to start playing those price wars. If you can focus on generating traffic and demand for your product off of Amazon, that will solve most of the problems that you're experiencing on Amazon right now. Just natural evolution of, let's say you're on TikTok, right? That TikTok video that goes viral, or those ads that you're running, will bleed over onto sales on Amazon. Same thing for Meta. Same thing if you run a podcast ad or even a TV ad. And I think that a lot of us have neglected that in the Amazon ecosystem. And it's become very apparent to me that it's like sales cures all. And you want to know the fastest way to move the lever and impact your existing products on Amazon? Go off of Amazon and go build a funnel. It's not just advertising to go directly to Amazon. It's building your brand off of Amazon. And that should be your number 1 priority. Action item number 2 is take the steps, just like Brian outlined today, which is like, look, roll up your sleeves and get dirty, right? So if you're not familiar with what ClickFunnels is, like there's a lot of courses from Russell Brunson on how to run these sales funnels, right? But if you can dive into them and just start throwing things together, just like you did when you first launched on Amazon, you started throwing stuff together. You started with testing a bunch of different products. Some of them flopped, right? Some of them took off, and it's the same principle, but just see it as the number of funnels that I create is analogous to the number of products that I've listed on Amazon, right? Like, we know you could grow on Amazon if you just list more products. Well, guess what? I know you can grow off of Amazon if you just create more funnels until you find the funnel that actually works. And then action item number 3 is focus on your business model, right? And can you identify a way to introduce subscription or membership into your existing business model? And if you can, it starts to unlock a whole nother world of possibilities, being able to fund that off Amazon advertising. And guess what? You could even play the low price game on Amazon, because guess where the magic sits? Behind the scenes in this membership model and reoccurring revenue. So, Brian, those are my 3 action items for people. Anything you feel like I missed there?
Perfect, Josh. Great summary.
Awesome. All right. So, Brian, we'll ask you the final 3 questions. Number 1, what's been the most influential book that you've read and why?
So I've read a lot of influential books. I've been on Earth probably a lot longer than many of your listeners. So I will tell you that I'm rereading this book right now, and I'm going to hold it up because you asked me that you were going to tell me this question. So it's in my backpack, and it's called Don't Believe Everything You Think. And the reason that this is one of the most influential books is because all of us suffer from the thoughts that are in our head. And we make up these stories about how challenging something is, or what have you, and it's all just made up, and we do it to ourselves. And this book will help you potentially unlock the ability to rid yourself of those limiting beliefs and those limiting thoughts, to open up the space that we want, especially as entrepreneurs, to create wonderful things in our businesses and in our lives. And so I would say don't believe everything you think is the most influential concept and book I have.
Fantastic. I have not heard of that book before, so I've got that on my list.
It's short. It's a thin one. You can read it in a weekend.
That's perfect. I need the short ones. Does it have lots of pictures in it? Those are
I don't think it has a lot of pictures. Yeah, but it's big type.
Love it. Good. All right. Question number 2. What's your favorite AI tool or ChatGPT prompt that you've been using?
So, I've pretty much stuck with ChatGPT as my LLM. So we'll talk about ChatGPT, but you can use this idea with any LLM. So ChatGPT, Gemini, Claude AI, Gronk, whatever you're using. And that is this. After I'm done, whatever it is you're creating, whether it's an email campaign or a social media campaign, images, whatever, a whole business model. I always end that, or even throughout the prompting, with something that goes like this. Hey, what am I not asking that if you were me or you were creating this, you would be asking? What question? Like what's the 1 or 2 questions that I haven't asked yet that you think I should be asking? And so that's the prompt. And so and you will be, I'm usually happily amazed at what questions the LLM, in this case, I use ChatGPT, comes back with. And it's like, oh yeah, I didn't think about asking that question. And usually it'll just answer the question anyway for you. But that's the prompt, is what question have I not asked to create this that you would ask if you were me?
Love that. I think that can unlock a whole other world and rabbit hole of different, ideas and strategies that can come to your mind. I love it. I'm going to be using that one, Brian.
Cool.
All right. Final question. Who is somebody that you've been impressed with lately, that you've seen them do something cool, whether it be saving an agency that saved a bunch of PPC costs, or a contractor that designed a really cool website? Who's doing something interesting that you've noticed recently?
So I'm going to do a shout out for actually one of our MDS members, and that his name is Parker Estes. And you know Parker?
I do not know him personally.
Okay, well, you will now. So Parker is he's young and he's brilliant. And I actually reached out to him when we were developing our advertising campaign for Primal Power. And he has this whole concept of creating really, really engaging hooks for your ads, especially on TikTok and Instagram and Reels and things like that. And he also has a really, really great way of explaining the power of not delivering on the promise until the very end of your advertisement. So many times we have this tendency to say, here's your problem and here's how you fix it, and it's and your ad is over in 5 seconds, even though it might be a 1 minute long video. But they're not going to listen to the rest of it because you've already delivered the promise. And so Parker Estes, if you don't know who he is, look him up, follow him on Facebook. He's super, super bright. And I don't have time to go into his whole concept of hooks and all this other stuff here, but it's such a needle moving thing once you dial that in, especially if you're running Reels or TikTok ads or any kind of video advertising to promote your products, is to understand that concept of hook them. And here's another interesting thing is the hook does not have to have anything to do. In fact, it often doesn't have anything to do with your product. Do you want me to share one of the hooks we're using?
Let's
in
hear
Primal?
it. I want to hear some of these hooks.
One of the hooks we're using in Primal is what would happen if a tech billionaire and a cave woman had a baby? This is what the baby would eat.
Love it.
So
Love it.
It's like, huh? So anyway, there you go.
Fascinating. Brilliant. All right. Well, maybe we'll have to see if we can get Parker on the podcast. That's pretty cool.
He would be an excellent guest.
Love it. Brian, if people want to follow you, they want to learn more about you and follow your journey, where's the best place people can reach out to you and follow you at?
I mean, I'm happy to give my phone number. I'm happy to, whatever works. So you can call me or just follow me. My most active social platform is Facebook. I'm Brian A. Williams. I'm wearing a cowboy hat on my profile picture, at least for now. Or just call or text me 702-600-1470. I attend a lot of e-commerce related events as part of my role with MDS. So, definitely if you're coming to any event like that, text me. I might be there. And I hope to see you in person. And don't ever hesitate to say, hey, I heard you talking with Josh about Tripwire funnels. Here's my idea. Like, I'm happy to help.
Awesome. Brian, you're a wealth of knowledge. Thanks for coming on the show and sharing that with us all today.
My pleasure.
Thank you for listening. Visit ecommbreakthrough.com for more information. If you've enjoyed today's episode, the best way you can show your appreciation is by clicking the subscribe button and quickly leaving a review. See you again next time.